darling young humans. We have lesson 3 today, and I'm speaking with a British accent because Narnia happens with British children. Okay, that's enough. So this is very similar to last lesson, but chapter 2. So I will give you some vocab that you're going to write down. You're going to read/listen to chapter 2, and then you'll do some comprehension cues. Now, these questions, every time you have these Google Forms with questions, they're not like a test or anything. They're just kind of showing me, in general, on average, how much you're understanding of the book. So it helps me sort of keep tabs on how you're doing. Then, same homework as last lesson. Just complete whatever you didn't finish during this lesson. And if you're behind on anything else. But if you're behind, I will be contacting you directly. So let's check out the vocab. Here it is. Here are some vocab words. Jot them down in the vocab section of your notebook, but only the ones that you don't know. Tea. You know this. However, did you know this definition? In the UK, tea would be a light meal in the late afternoon. Yes, it is the drink, in Swedish, te, but okay, so in the US, I would consider this to be tea, but and then I would consider this to be like a tea party. But in the UK, this whole thing would be tea and not just the drink. It's like, are you ready for afternoon tea? It's like the meal. So that's what they're talking about in this chapter. Sardines, it's a small fish, often in a can, in case you didn't know. Silenus is a character in Greek mythology with the tail and ears of a horse. Here's one picture of the fellow. Fun fact, he is always drunk. He's just mentioned in the chapter today. Some Greek mythology for you. Nymphs are beautiful female figures in Greek mythology who lived in wells or bodies of water. Here's one artistic rendition. You see that these nymphs are dancing by a lake. And then dryads are the same, except they would live in trees. So these are just creatures in Greek mythology. Here's one artistic rendition. A tree babe. A stag is a male deer. Remember to pause and write down the words you don't know. And you can also rewind. Bacchus is the Roman name for the god of wine. The Greek name would be Dionysus. So you might have heard the name Dionysus. I think that's more common. The god of wine was also friends with Silenus. Drinking buddies. Here he is. Jollification, otherwise known as joyful celebration or merrymaking. Merely would be like simply or only. So simply is not always merely. For example, if your math teacher is explaining something simply, you can't say she explained it merely. No. Simply would be like in the case of the word only. Like, what are you doing? I was merely tasting the cookies to see if they were poisoned. Like, I was only doing this. I was simply doing this. No big deal. That's the context. Lulling. Giving a sense of security, causing sleep or relaxation. So it'd be like the sound of the waves on the surf was lulling her to sleep. Here are some expressions. And when I say expressions, I mean expression because there's only one this lesson. On my account. Because of me. Oh, don't trouble yourself on my account. All right. Once you've written these down, the ones you didn't know before, study briefly. Take a moment to study. And take a moment to study the words from last lesson. Then you might not even need to study before we have a vocab quiz. We won't have a vocab quiz anytime soon, but I'll keep you posted on when we do. It'd be better if we can have that in person, you know? All right, back to the lesson, the rest of the lesson. My last note would be, if you're reading along in this chapter 2 video with me scrolling on the PDF, you might catch a few typos, which I didn't realize were in there before, but that's so annoying. A book should not have typos. Do they have an editor? So sorry about that. And then sometimes the guy doing the audiobook pronounces things incorrectly. Mostly he pronounces them well, but like Care Paravel, he pronounces as Care Pavril, but no, it's Paravel. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm not assigning you very long pieces of work because I don't want anyone to be stressed, and some of you might take a little longer. So as usual, if this video plus the comprehension cues takes you like a half an hour or even less, then please go outside or socialize with people. All right, have a great day.